What if everything in the relationship feels right? The love, the alignments, the emotional connection, but the proposal never comes. What if the woman knows she's ready, knows she's found her person, knows they have built something real, but he hasn't asked? Months pass, then years. She starts to wonder if he ever will, and then a new question arises. Should I propose to him? And just like that, the silence gets loud. The tension kicks in, not because she's unsure of her love, but because she knows the world might see her differently for making the first move. Should women propose to men? People might call her desperate. Family might disapprove. He might even feel disrespected, all because she dared to lead with her heart instead of waiting for his permission. But in a world where women lead companies, raise families, and build entire futures on their own, why does asking for commitment still feel like something only a man is supposed to do? Is it about tradition or pride? Is it about leadership or control? Is a woman proposing bold, or is it breaking something sacred? This isn't just about who gets down on one knee. It's about timing, gender, roles, ego, readiness, and the stories we were all raised to believe about who deserves to initiate forever. So let's talk about it without judgment, without noise, and ask the real question. If the love is mutual, does it matter who asks for forever first? For so long as most of us can remember, proposals have followed a script. The man plans the moment, he buys the ring, he chooses the words, and she waits. Now that is how we were taught it should go. Movies, cultures, even religion reinforced it. The proposal is the man's declaration, his ways of saying, I chose you with power, with purpose and clarity. Anything outside of that feels off, feels forced, feels like it doesn't count. But here is the thing. Tradition doesn't always match reality. Today, more women are emotionally ready for commitment long before their partners are. They have done the inner work. They know what they want. They've invested their time, their love, their energy. And now they're stuck waiting for someone else's timeline to catch up. Not because they are unsure, but because tradition told them not to speak up first. And while some women are content to wait, others feel the weight of silence, the uncertainty, the longing to move forward. So when they even think about proposing, it's not about desperation, it's about direction. It's about clarity, it's about taking a step, not because he won't, but because she is ready. And waiting is starting to feel more painful than bold. So the real question becomes, are we waiting because it is what feels right, or because we're scared of what people will think if we do it differently? For a lot of men, proposing isn't just a gesture of love. It's a rite of passage. It's how they prove they are ready, that they're capable, that they have arrived as a man. The proposal for many is deeply tied to their identity, not just as a partner, but as a provider, a leader, a man who takes initiative. So when a woman proposes, some men don't just see it as a role reversal. They see it as a disruption of something sacred. They feel exposed, unprepared, even undermined. Not because the love isn't real, but because the moment was supposed to be his. And when that moment is taken, the ego, even in the most progressive, emotionally intelligent man, can feel cornered. And let's be honest, Society hasn't made it easy for men to deal with vulnerability. They've been taught to initiate, to pursue, and not to be pursued, to lead, not to follow. So when a woman proposes, it doesn't just challenge tradition, it challenges his sense of self. Even if he loves her, even if he was going to propose, even if everything else in a relationship feels right, it isn't about weakness, it's about wiring. And unless men are taught how to feel empowered in partnership, not just in performance, these kinds of moments will always feel like emotional threats instead of expressions of love, empowerment, or desperation. The moment a woman proposes, the world divides. Some call it powerful, others call it pitiful. Some cheer her on as fearless, others whispers behind her back, wondering why she couldn't just wait. But here is the truth. We live in a world that is still struggling to separate a woman's clarity from desperation, her boldness from her neediness. If a man knows what he wants and goes after it, he's confident. If a woman does, she is often told that she is rushing, pushing, chasing. And that's the contradiction women are forced to navigate. They are praised for ambition in business, for leadership in politics, for initiative in motherhood. But when it comes to love, they are expected to be passive, to be chosen, to wait. But there is a difference between proposing from a place of power and proposing from a place of panic. One says, I know what I want and I'm ready. The other says, I am afraid if I don't ask, I will lose him. One is rooted in love and the other in fear. And that difference matters because the energy behind a proposal often determines how it is received. So before a woman proposes, she has to ask herself, am I doing this because I'm clear or because I am afraid? Because empowerment isn't just an act, it's in the intention behind it. Let's be real. Most relationships don't happen in isolation. They unfold under the eyes of family, friends, community, and now social media. And when a woman proposes to a man, it's rarely just a personal moment. It becomes a public conversation. Everyone has an opinion, whether they say it out loud or not. If a man proposes, the crowd claps. Cameras roll, people cry. But when a woman gets on one knee, there is hesitation, even silence. Some people look away, some smile awkwardly, others whisper. Why she has to do that? Was he even ready? What does that say about him? And it doesn't stop there. Her family might feel she's overstepped. His friends might joke at his expense. Even strangers online might twist a moment into something it was never meant to be. And suddenly, what should have been an act of love becomes a spotlight for scrutiny. That pressure can break something beautiful before it even has a chance to grow. Not because the love isn't real, but because the world doesn't yet know how to hold space for women who lead in love the way they lead in life. So the real question becomes, are we building relationships that are strong enough to survive public opinion? Or are we still living for the approval of people who don't live inside our relationship? If this conversation opened your mind or challenged your perspective, drop a comment below. Have you ever considered proposing to a man? If you're a man, how would you feel if the woman you love proposed to you? Like this video if it helped you see commitment through a new lens. Share it with someone navigating the grey areas of modern love. And follow us across all social platforms for bolder human-centered relationship insights. Because love isn't about who asked the question, it's about how both people answer it every day after. Thanks for being part of this. Bye for now.